Sis, if there's one thing that you need in 2023, it is going to be a personal brand. I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with me. We're done playing with ourselves. Well,
what did he say?
Okay. We're done sleeping on ourselves. We're done sleeping on our potential. 2023 is the year that we leave no crumbs. Not a little bit. Okay. That means that we are not leaving any potential on the table. You know exactly how much potential that you have. You know exactly what you're capable of. And 2023 is the year that we are not letting anything slide, girl. So what does that mean? That means that this is going to be the year of personal branding. I need you to be on social media. I know. But you're on this journey with me, babe. We're in this together. And so what does that mean? It means that we're busting our iPad.
Like every time I see somebody whose life together or is at peace in life, they have an iPad. I don't have one. That's why, like I don't know what's the science behind it, but I feel like if I get an iPad, my life will be better.
So get your iPad or your notebook or whatever it is, wherever you're at. And we're going to talk about the basics of building your personal brand because it needs to happen. And this is how you're going to do it. I have always known the importance of personal branding. I work in marketing. I have for several years now. I know how important branding is to a business, but personal branding, and I have seen the power of personal branding, but personal branding hasn't always been a priority for me. And what I mean by that is I might have said that it's a priority. I didn't act like it. Oops. So this year I am doubling down. As you can see, not only with the creation of this YouTube channel is part of my personal brand, but in so many other ways. And I'm going to break it down for you. I got a little crazy one night because this is how my mind works. And I just started writing a bunch of stuff, but I'm going to take you through the way that this looks. Okay. So first of all, with a personal brand, I want you to think of a few different things. Keep it down to like 3 or 4 things that you really want to focus on. Write down your brand pillars. So for me, it's talking about social media marketing, making sure that I'm also talking about business. So social media marketing is an organic marketing. It's the way that I like to talk about business, but business and scaling businesses. Also, I love talking about personal development and mindset. It's a huge part of my business. It's a huge part of who I am. And also documenting my journey in building a 7-figure business and eventually becoming a billionaire. Those are my brand pillars. So boom, you have your brand pillars. The reason why these are important is because you want to always be able to go into these buckets. Okay. This is going to help you have content all of the time. For me, I could talk about social media marketing nonstop. I can literally talk about building businesses nonstop. I can take you through my personal development and my own mindset tactics and the things that I've helped before, because I was a mindset coach before as well. And I've helped many clients in a lot of ways. And then another part of it is just documenting my journey. And I think that that's one of the things that a lot of people miss, but you don't always have to be the expert, especially if you're a coach or a consultant. Sometimes we can feel like we kind of have to show up like that. You have to always be seen as an expert, but actually there's a lot of power in saying, actually, I don't know certain things and I'm always learning. I'm learning something new all of the time. That just goes to show that you're constantly learning about your industry and you have goals too. And I love that. Okay. So from there, look at how cute this is. So of this personal brand, now we need to talk about how are you going to execute your personal brand? Let's say, for example, you're a content creator and your personal brand you want to focus on is you're a lifestyle content creator. Great, fantastic. But there's more to you than the things you buy. So talk a little bit more about your family, bring in a little bit more about the things that matter to you. Give us those little niche insights as to who you are and make sure that you keep sprinkling those throughout your content pieces, because otherwise you're just going to be seen as this entity and not seen as a person. And that's really where the personal branding part comes in. Not only are you doing this so that way you can actively and accurately convey who you are or what you're trying to convey to an audience, but also you can build a community that really relates to you and connects with you. And that's going to be the difference between an influencer who just has a huge audience because they look pretty and a personal brand that people are really, really connected to and really invested in and want to buy from. If you've ever heard of the 1,000 fan theory or lesson or whatever it's called, The point being is that if you have 1,000 true fans, you will always like be good. You'll always be solid because you have 1,000 people who connect with you, who relate to you, who invest in you, and who will buy whatever you sell. And there's a huge responsibility that comes with that people often neglect. And so when you're writing about your personal brand, you're writing down your brand pillars, make sure you think about those things. Who am I? What do I want to convey to my ideal client or my audience? And so how am I building a community? And as long as with those personal brands, you're always giving value, you're entertaining in some way, or you're educating in another way, and you're also revealing is another one that I like to do, is revealing and being vulnerable. It allows you to be relatable. As long as you're doing those things, you have the solid foundation for a personal brand. When you're building a brand, there's a couple of things that you need. Okay. Because a brand is a feeling. It's not just a look. It's not just like this thing. It's a feeling. When you think of Nike, you think not only not only the logo, the iconic swoosh logo, not only do you think just do it, but you feel empowered. You feel like you want to run or you want to do something athletic. When you think of Nike, you think of the world's best athletes. You think of champions. You think of enduring. I think of perseverance. There's no limit. I think of even Paralympic sports. I think of inclusion. There's so many things that I think of. Those are the words that I think of when I think of Nike. And so you have to ask yourself, what do I want people to think of when they think of me? When you're thinking of your personal brand, you want to define your brand a little bit to yourself. And for me, I like to journal. I'm a journal queen. And so I wrote down, like, what do I want to convey to my audience? How would I define myself? And for me, I define myself as not only as a safe space for women, I define myself as a girl's girl, a woman for women. I define myself as somebody who's always trying to uplift other women, empower other women. I'm always trying to see how I can help other people. And I know that my values and my beliefs are in alignment with my soul's purpose. So I believe in more of a holistic type of approach and strategy to life. And I know that that approach can really help a lot of people. And so when I define my brand, I think about my values, my beliefs. I identify my strengths. This is also really important, is I also think about what am I strong in when I'm thinking about my personal brand. I know that I'm a powerful speaker. I know that I have a lot of confidence on camera. And so I'm able to do things like this. Those are my strengths. I know some of my weaknesses that I can outsource then to other people, like the graphics and stuff like that. But I know that these are some of my strengths. And also the next thing is know your target audience. That is so incredibly important. So you always want to know who your target audience is because you want to be talking to them all the time. For example, with this YouTube channel, I know that my target audience is a previous version of me, some version of me, right? Or it's a peer, another woman who's exactly like me. I know you because I know me. I know that you are on this path. I know that you are a very intuitive being. I know all of these things about you because not only have I taken the time to write them down, but I've also taken the time to get to know myself and know who I want to attract. And I want to attract another version of me. I also want to attract my people who are, ambitious beings, but who also recognize that they're spiritual beings living this human experience, but are also wanting to make the most out of the experience and also realize that we're in a matrix, but also want to be like king of the matrix, like all of these things. Like I know my people, I know you enough to know what's going to resonate because it resonates with me. And so a lot of times your target audience is either you now or you, a couple months ago or a year ago. So keep that in mind as well. The last couple is create your brand story, find your voice, design your look, and be consistent. So with those, they're not all together, but when you're creating your brand story, it's really the how. It's really the how, the what, and the why. How do you speak to people? How do you convey your message? What are you saying? What is the message? And why do you do it? My how, for example, is YouTube channel and my podcast. My what am I conveying? Well, I'm conveying a message of you're not alone and we're in this together. I'm a modern businesswoman. So are you. Let's help each other navigate this very wild life. And the why is because I have an innate, just super subconscious, just core thing in me that only wants to help other people. I only want to see other people succeed. I think that there's an insane amount of abundance in the world and I deserve it You deserve it. We all deserve it. And there's no reason why we can't have it. And so I've recognized that a lot of the reason is because either some people are so selfish that they gatekeep, or you stop yourself. You inhibit yourself. You are your biggest roadblock. And so if I have the tools and I know how to help you navigate those things, I'm going to do it. And that's my why. That's my purpose. Finding your voice is, what tone do you use when you're connecting to your audience? For me, I can't be up here and doing all the, I'm not going to be out here doing all the performances and doing all that stuff. I'm going to talk to you like I would talk to my girlfriends. We're on FaceTime. I'm chopping it up with you every day. Or not every day, but I'm chopping it up with you every week. We're on our weekly FaceTime calls, our weekly billionaire mindset calls, because we need to be right here. We're checking in for accountability. We're right here together. That's my voice. My voice is me, and I think I've articulated myself very well to say so myself. And then designing your look and being consistent is super important. I think designing your look is the fun part, right? That's the fun that everybody thinks it is. It's the logo, if you have one. It's the color palette, it's the font, the typography. It's all of that really fun stuff, which I do actually have a good time with. But, I have created my marketing kit and my PR kit, stuff like that. It's basically the overall look. And, like me and my cute little turtleneck. I mean, this is what I would wear every day. This is what I wore today. And I just had my day. Came back from the coffee shop, came back home, and I was like, I need to sit down and I need to film this video. Design the look. How do you want to be represented visually? How do you want to be connected visually? It's going to be the difference between me being and busting out my camera and being in my little office corner and being, right here with you versus me being in sweats and a t-shirt. Although I'm not going to lie to you, I might make some videos like that. I'm not even going to hold you. I might. Bunch of toys. And then lastly, being consistent. The personal branding, none of it matters if you're not consistent. And I learned this the hard way. I'm going to be very honest with you. I've tried and stopped and tried and stopped and tried and stopped. And that's why I was like, I'm over leaving potential on the floor. There are so many other mindset things that happen, and I can't wait to get into those things with you. That's why it was so important for me to share this, because I realized that by me doubting myself to the extent that I don't put out what I need to put out, what my soul is craving for me to put out, by me letting the doubt win, I'm actually contributing to you losing. I know that there is somebody who will watch my YouTube channel, who will listen to my podcast, somebody who will hear my voice, who will resonate with me so much that they will take action. You will take action. You will begin believing in yourself. See, my video went out. But I'm going to tell you like this. There will be somebody watching this who will hear my voice, who will resonate with this, who will take action, and you will be the change that this world needs. We need more of you. We need more of me. That is why I started to be more consistent. That's why I made this commitment to myself and I prioritized it. And I'm telling you right now that the personal branding is absolutely incredible. It's everything that we need to be doing, but the execution is more important. You posting your content is more important. You creating your course, you doing your consulting, whatever it is that you're doing is more important than it being perfect. And so you need to create an execution plan and you need to just get started. And so your homework today, tonight, whenever you're watching this, whenever it is you need to just do it. You need to write it out. Something quick. Here are my 4 brand pillars, my 3 to 5 brand pillars. Bink, 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 right there. And then just write it out. That's what I did. Take a little piece of paper like this. Bink. Content pillars at the top. Me, right in the middle. Then you say, here's one, here's one, here's one, here's one. And then you just write out all of the topics that you have in there. I started on this one and then I ended up doing it on my iPad. It's a whole thing. But point being is that if you need to just write it on a piece of paper, write it on a piece of paper and then pick up your phone, babe, and make the content. Okay? You're doing amazing. Love. By the way, I got that from my best friend Jordan. Her family does that. They don't say love you, they say love. And so her and I and Imani do it now. And so I'm bringing it to you. I used to think it was so fake when YouTubers and like creators would be like, oh my God, I love you and I hope you have a great day. And I do think that was to an extent, but I'm connected with you. I'm intuitive. I'm connected to you. I feel your energy. Genuinely, I feel your energy. I love you and I'm sending my love to you. I know you feel it and you should. And if you're not, you better Quit blocking yourself. Quit blocking your blessings. And I'm a blessing. And I'm going to share with you one of my affirmations. This is the last thing I'm going to leave you off with, but I have like a little mantra that I say. And it starts like this. I show up for myself and my purpose every single day. Yeah. I show up for myself and my purpose every single day. Because sometimes showing up for myself ain't enough. Let's keep it a buck. I know. It's bad. But that's where we're at right now. And I acknowledge that. So I say for my purpose too, because my purpose includes you. And sometimes it's not enough for me to do things for myself. Sometimes I got to do it for you too. And you got to do it too. You're the same way as me. I understand you because I am you, girl. We are the same. We're right here. And this is my daily intention. This is what I say in the morning. I laugh because I love it so much. But I say this. I am a magnet for blessing, abundance, and success. Show me how good it can get. I say, God, why am I the luckiest girl in the world? Why am I so successful in everything that I do? And you know what? The Lord is going to show you. You're going to find out today. Okay? He's going to be like, oh, why? Here's why. I will leave you off with that. I can't wait for us to really expand. And I will see you on the next episode. The next video.